It's that it's that moment again. It's that Corona drinking moment of the week. We don't have one every week, but we got one this week. I'm giving a beer to this guy to try to take the edge off for him because he might be about to get the axe. That's for sure. I think I sort of look like LL Cool JPC. What do y'all think? Let's talk about it. Well, how's it going out today, boys and girls in sporting land? I'm JPC. I am the outlaw of college football, and you guys and gals, as always, are the home of the common Joe and Sally in the know. Woo! Even more so than all those media talking heads. Now, getting right to it, class. This is what I call the Corona drinking moment of the week. I do this ever so often. I don't do it every week, but every once in a while I feel like there's a situation out there that merits a beer for these guys, just to take the edge off, maybe take some stress off for them. The next guy I'm about to mention may not deserve a beer because some of this stuff he's self-inflicted upon himself with some of his antics and some of his weirdness. But Dan Mullen, the head coach at Florida, seems like there may be trouble in paradise down in Gainesville. But before I get to all that, I'd like to ask you guys and gals to like, share, comment, and do what? That's right, the big four. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Subscriptions keep me motivated, keep me up and going, and get us closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark that I so dearly desire, so I can try to set up a tailgate party for a lot of our members and subscribers through my producer, Jonathan Lewis, who also has a great podcast, College Football with Jonathan Lewis. Check that out. Now, getting right back to it here, Dan Mullen, per reports from Dennis Dodd at CBS Sports, said that while Dan Mullen is directly on the hot seat, the administration at Florida has said that Dan will not be fired in the middle of the year like Eddie Ogre was done at LSU and Virginia Tech done Fuentes and TCU done Gary Patterson and yada, 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 Washington State, Washington, USC. Florida's bucking the trend here this year, so they're going to keep Dan Mullen to the end of the year and see how it pans out. You know, they still got to play Missouri and still got to play Florida State. So, if he can, I think if he can beat Florida State and Missouri, he might be able to save his job for one more year. Might. But there's no guarantee. I definitely think if he loses any one of these games in the next coming 2 weeks, I think his ass is fired. I think old Vince McMahon's going to come out there and say, Dan, you're fired. Him and his bunny humping wife be out of there. And I think a lot of people in the swamp would not shed a tear. But the question we have here now is, with all these coaching openings open, double negative there, right? Doubled up on the openings. But with all these coaching openings out there, who would Florida go after? Now, there's the usual suspect names here that I got that a lot of these teams are probably going to go after. I mean, the names that have been bandied about for possibly moving on to another school have been Lane Kiffin, Matt Cambell, Billy Napier. There's been mention of maybe Mario Cristobal, maybe interested in leaving Oregon. I don't know if that's true. And there's Bill Clark at UAB. I think he's a diamond in the rough that a lot of people hadn't really mentioned. But there's been a number of big names out there that's been mentioned. They've even mentioned possibly Jimbo Fisher and James Franklin going elsewhere as well. And they may all end up going somewhere else. But Florida, to me, is probably, if they're thinking about firing Dan Mullen, I think they've probably narrowed it down to about 3 or 4 names. I don't think they've got just one guy they're focused on. But I think there is one guy in particular that they should focus on. Now, I think of the 4 coaches that they may be going after, maybe the usual suspects of Lane Kiffin, Matt Cambell, and Billy Napier. But the 4th candidate that I think they'll go after, and the reason why I think they might be able to get this guy, a lot of people say he can't be got, they can't bring him out of retirement, that he's done, but I'm not buying it because he took a job with the XFL, and if he was done with football, I don't think he would have done that. And this guy also used to be an assistant coach at Florida. Spent a lot of years at Florida. So he knows the landscape in Florida. He knows a lot about the University of Florida, and he had some good times at Florida. And that's Bob Stoops. I think Florida should definitely at least call this man because of his history with Florida. Now, I think he was an assistant here at Florida. I can't remember whether it was under Urban Meyer or if it was earlier. I didn't really do my research on that, but I know he was an assistant at Florida for a number of years. And it may have been under Steve Spurrier. Not sure. But I do know he has a history with him. And it was a good history from what I understand. So that's my surprise candidate for the Florida job, is Bob Stoops. I'd like to know from you guys and gals out there if you think that Bob Stoops is in play. If you think that his history with Florida could make it to where they would be the only college out there that might be able to get him to come out of retirement. That and maybe Notre Dame and Alabama, because that's another couple of jobs that he probably would entertain the idea of coming out of retirement for. But Florida definitely, because of his history there, in my opinion. And that's all I got to say about that. You guys and gals, drop it in the comments section. Tell me what you think. Maybe throw me some more candidates out there for this Florida job if it does come open. And with that, I'm going to get off of here. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And as always, KMCA to all the other teams.